I'm the Magpie, and this Monday I am ending my marketing campaign of sorts that I have had going on, and I'm ending it with a feedback organ V2. So it's the last thing that I am to release in this phase of Magpie Pedals shenanigans, because I have a really big thing happening in the background, as I've hinted in previous videos, but hopefully by the end of this month, so the last of June, you're gonna know all about and hopefully be really excited about this thing that I cannot spoil at all at the moment. That said, however, like all the things that goes under Magpie Pedals at the moment, I'm probably not going to continue making any of them anymore, but the feedback organ V2 is kind of a special exception to this, because a lot of you have reached out and told me that you want it, and if that holds true, I do intend to make feedback organ V2s until everyone who emails me has one. The feedback organ also is something that I'm hopefully going to continue develop upon in the future, because it's really, really fun. Like, just the step up from V1 to V2 is a step. Actually, all the updates in the V2 is something that people who bought the V1 can do. So I made a special little PCB, and you can just email and ask me, and I can send this to you. And then I'm gonna make a video putting this together and showing how to connect it to your feedback organ to get all of the things that I have implemented in V2 into your V1, if you so desire. And also, I have made like tube extenders here for the feedback organ, so you can take a tube and you can go into this block, and then you can go out in different directions. I just assume that one of the directions is in your face. Those 3D files I'm also just gonna provide over on magpiestuff.com, so if you don't have a 3D printer, ask a friend, then you can do that. And of course, these are super rudimentary things, you know, just holes, and also these, which are hole covers that you can put on top like that. I might develop upon that in the future also, where I come up with funny ideas, and maybe some of you have some ideas also. Then please let me know, because that would just be super fun to put together and then have those files available for anyone to download. But yeah, that was information, so now let's continue with information, but more specifically about what is going on here. So for those of you who do not know, the feedback organ is the world's dumbest instrument, in a good way, kinda. Like, we have 7 microphones here, with switches to turn them on and off, volume pots for each individual microphone, and buttons, like momentary switches. And then on the other side here, we have a speaker. So the idea is that you take a tube, and then you put it in a hole here, and a hole here. And this will create a feedback, just as if you put a microphone up against a speaker, because that is literally what we are doing. And now, this one, which is number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, goes kind of clockwise and ends over here with this one. But number 5 it's like a bass. And if we go with a second tube, oh, that's a long tube. Awful sounds with it, and the controls are really straightforward. So we have just a volume for the output, and then we have an internal feedback, and then a delay over here. This is a drive circuit for the speaker, so kind of gives it a bit of flavor. And one of the things that I've done for V2 is that for the time knob, we now also have an expression jack over here on the back. So you can control that with your feet while you are playing. I also, on V2, put a second switch here that starts a sequencer. And that sequencer is just also switches turning the microphones on and off. So you have to turn on a switch, and then it will just, when it goes over to that step, it will hear me talk. Yeah, of course you can just use the feedback organ as a microphone also. But yeah, you can hear the click of the sequencer walking also. Everything is more fun with a sequencer, I guess. But of course, also with the sequencer, we can sync it to other gear. And that is where it starts to get really interesting, in my opinion, because we can have that same gear being played through this feedback, meaning that, I don't know what it means, but we're gonna do that now. So weird to play a delay with your foot. So that was a thing you can do. I never even put more tubes in or replace tubes or anything. It's just disgusting. So